Hey all, just a quick generic update video where I talk into this brand new microphone for a bit. I've been quite busy managing the development of Mega Anti-Cheat, and the rubber's starting to hit the road thankfully, so I thought I'd make this quick video to keep you guys up to date. I also want to talk about the OG database for a bit, but we'll get to that later. As of writing, there are 22 of us working on the anti-cheat. I know, that's a lot. I thought I'd be programming this myself with the help of a couple friends, but that's not the case. My role in this project is strictly management now, ensuring all the devs are coordinated, setting requirements, decision making, and of course marketing via this channel. If you're in the Discord server, you'll see that we've been busy planning out the project. We've split into 3 teams. Our first team's the anti-cheat team, consisting of about 4 or 5 machine learning experts. They're planning out the neural network architecture. It's an extremely complicated subject I frankly know very little about, but I can tell they're working hard. There's also the master base team, who are working on the server-side program that will receive demo recordings from the client, pass them on to the anti-cheat, coordinate vote kicks in game, and so forth. A key focus for us has been figuring out how to validate demo recordings sent from users, to ensure a Steam ID hasn't been swapped for another. This is a real concern. I know the cheaters are planning this kind of attack, but we already have defenses in mind against it. In order to host the master base, we've been sponsored by Capital Hosting Solutions. They're providing servers free of charge. I haven't used their services yet, it's early days still, but they have unparalleled customer engagement. How many server providers let you skull react them anytime their servers go down? They also have a memes channel in their Discord. Special thanks to Harper for hooking me up. Finally, there's the client team. Client, in this context, refers to what you will be running on your computer. Here's a super early prototype of the user interface running inside the Steam overlay. Next step is getting this to actually do something. So that's pretty much where we're at with the anti-cheat. The main thing I want to talk about today though is what's going to happen with the original database when the anti-cheat launches. It's no secret that the database isn't without issue, and I discussed some of these issues in my last video, so I won't repeat myself. The transition between MCD and MAC is what I care about. Despite the impressive coverage of this database, I am aware of at least one false positive that was in the database for a long time. The individual reached out to me, and while they weren't able to prove with 100% certainty they were innocent, there was enough doubt that I downgraded their account to suspicious. Which, if you are using the database as it's meant to be used, means you have to presume innocence. I warned this was a possibility, and indeed it was. Now it's a reality. Until the anti-cheat launches, I'm going to keep the database up, so if any false positives do come up, they can be corrected before the database is shut down. I know people are going to archive this site no matter what happens, so the more mistakes I can correct before that happens, the better. In addition to the false positives, several cheaters have reached out to me claiming they have reformed. Typically, this involves deleting their cheating account and moving to a new one. In this instance, I leave the old account marked as cheater and mark the new account as sus. They're a former cheater after all, they could relapse. I think the threat of the anti-cheat, locking cheaters out of casual, has convinced those who were already on the edge of quitting to finally commit. This was an unexpected development to be sure, but a welcome one. You reformed cheaters better stay clean so you don't get caught by MAC or end up in the final archive of MCD. Speaking of archives, it seems TacoBot.tf has joined the fight. They have, without my knowledge or approval, taken my database and extracted all the information from it, converting it to a Pazer TF2 bot detector list. I do not endorse the usage of this list for 3 reasons. 1. Every issue that the current database has applies to this list as well. It's the same list. 2. Their list is already outdated, and I cannot reasonably endorse any outdated archives, since any false positives I uncover won't be cleared from these lists. They claim they will update it every now and again, but that remains to be seen. And 3. We're talking about TacoBot.tf here. They don't stop at calling players cheaters. Any minor annoyance that stops them playing MVM in their desired way gets a tag. Here's the full list of tags they assign to players. Pause if you want to read their definitions for each of the tags. Abandoned games, aggro, air blast, alt, annoy, ape, arguing, bad buildings, bad upgrades, bot, buster grief, cheater, cheater supporter, Closet Cheater, Clueless, DOS, F1, F2, Gas, Idle, Idle Medic, Kid, Knockback, Meta, Mic Spam, Minion, Minor Cheater, Miss Money, Monkey, No Two-Way, No Crits, No F4, Popping Meds, Pyro, Reset Timer, Restart Map, Retard, Snipe Games, Spread Stickies, Trash, Trash Talk, Troll, Uncommunicative, Useless. So, in short, I don't endorse those guys at all. I hope that when the database goes down, they'll update their list to not be on their site anymore, because I have an offer for the cheaters they can't refuse. The anti-cheat will be superior to the database in every way, so in order to maintain the high standard I'm promising, I'm offering a clean slate. Cheaters, you have until the Bot Crisis Part 2 video comes out to stop cheating. The release of that video will also mark the end of Mega Cheater Database and the start of Mega Anti-Cheats Open Beta. All the data from MCD will be left behind, which also fixes any false positives, and you'll have one chance to redeem yourself. The only alternative you have is to continue cheating, get caught by the anti-cheat, and lock yourself out of casual permanently. Valve anti-cheat locks players out permanently, and I intend to do the same. That's why this anti-cheat has to be held to such a high standard, so that the community trusts it to make these decisions. If you do reform, I recommend switching to a new account and playing under a new identity. To sum up, you can stop cheating, or we'll lock you out of casual. Your choice. As for the rest of you, thanks for supporting me and the devs. I've created a roadmap for the project, just a rough guideline. I won't punish the devs too hard for missing it. But if all goes well, the anti-cheat should be ready in October. I'm not making any promises though, that's just a guess. Until then, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Stay subscribed, join the Discord so you can keep up. Goodbye.